And then you're like, all right, I'm good, I heard what I needed to, I'm going to keep it moving, and then you make that choice again, all right? You make that choice to find a way to make the problem a challenge, right? All right, so then, all right, let's look at the next one. All right, so this is an area that is called distorted thinking, right? And there's a lot of components to this one, but there's a few that I wanted to point out. So this one is a good one, all right? So this one is called Mustification. It sounds weird, but when I say it, you're going to be like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. The I must statements. I must do this. I must do that, right? This isn't cutting it, because this doesn't give you any room to choose. You see what I'm saying? This becomes very constricting, very restricting, right? All right, so if you free yourself from must, and you replace the must in your life with I get to, right? Or I will, or even I want to, all right? So going right back to that reading lesson that we had, right? These are three different options. That's going to change how these statements feel in your mind. You see what I'm saying? I get to come in here and speak to you today, all right? Versus I must come in and give a presentation. All right, man, you must not do anything. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing that you must do. You get to. You will. I want to. You see what I'm saying? And now you're taking ownership, and you're choosing how to make the process yours. That's a controllable. You see what I'm saying? All right, so then let's look at another one. These are some irrational beliefs. All right. Ooh, this one's a good one. Equity. All right. How many y'all have played a game and a call has gone against you, and you know that that was the wrong call that was made? How many times does it happen? It happens in every game, right? All right. There is no equal playing field, right? And we talked about you leveling up your mind game, right? All right, you level up your mind game, and there's going to be some critics that aren't inside your mind. You understand what I'm saying? So, all right, if we're looking for equity, equity really should be the opportunity to choose to play. Damn. You see what I'm saying? Equity is opportunity in the aspect of y'all made a choice to be here, and y'all get a choice and a chance to play. Does that make sense? All right, so now we're starting to quiet some of these demons that are trying to talk. You see what I'm saying? All right, and then this one is a tough one, social comparison. All right, or it could be reworded as like social appeal, right? Like you're more concerned about how either your teammates, your coach, or somebody in the stands that you're trying to impress that you might like. You see what I'm saying? You might be worried about other things that are going on. All right, you don't have any control of how anyone around you acts. You see what I'm saying? And once you free yourself of that expectation to be able to control how someone else feels, how someone else thinks, you're free of that expectation, or you're free of that hold. You see what I'm saying? So look at ways to free yourself and to be able to just be here. Just be here, making the choice of like, all right, I'm going to be putting in this work to get the benefit that I'm trying to get. Does that make sense? So we'll go on to our next thing here. Otherwise, I can go on that all day. All right. So this positive, negative thinking. All right. If you haven't figured it out yet, this stuff adds up. You see what I'm saying? All right. So when you're talking to yourself and you're hearing that voice inside your head, or you're choosing to say certain things to yourself, all right, is that building your inner excellence, or are you feeding your haters? All right, aka inhibitors, right? And your loudest haters aren't the people in the stands. They're not your teammate who might be in the same position as you. It's you. Your biggest hater is you. You see what I'm saying? So, all right, so if our hater could be fear, it could be anger, it could be anxiety, it could be self-consciousness, perfectionism, stubbornness, all right, lack of motivation, all right, competitiveness when it's taken out of context or it's to an extreme, right? And then even not being able to be persistent. All right, there's going to be challenges where you guys just have to be patient with the time and hold on, right? Or even distractions, all right? There's going to be plenty of things in your life that are going to be distracting, right? And so what does inner excellence look like? All right, that's being committed to what you're looking for. That's taking responsibility for those choices that you can make, for those actions, right? And something that we call a growth mindset, being open to grow, open to learn, right? having self-confidence. All right, self-confidence comes from not from other people, it comes from you, all right? And so we look at, this is going to be my challenge today, this is my hater, all right? So we look at self-confidence, right? All right, and this comes from our talk, right? Our self-talk. This comes from being focused on the process. This comes from actually doing, right? Committed to action. And then going with that mindset of growing and learning, that means being open to feedback from sources outside of yourself, right? So even like professional athletes, they still have coaches. You know why? Because they can't see themselves outside of their body. It's as simple as that. You see what I'm saying? So someone else giving you an opportunity to understand, an opportunity to see from a different angle that you might not be able to see, is an opportunity for us to grow, right? So this mindset of growth. And even sometimes, you know what, that feedback that you might get might not be what you want to hear, or it might not actually be useful to you. But take it in, try to figure out a way to either turn it into a challenge, right? Turn it into part of the process, or see if it's something that you can control within your work, right? So that sets us up for having these things, right? But then self-talk itself is its own process, right? So, I don't remember what's next. I promise I don't have a million slides. All right, so if y'all don't know Cool Runnings, please take a second to watch it. It's worthwhile. It's a Disney movie. It's a little bit cheesy, and it's really funny. So if you do or don't know, the Jamaicans put together a bobsled team, all right? And it's a bunch of like ragtag guys that couldn't make it as like an Olympic sprinter in other sports and everything. And so they're way out of their league. This is the first year that that Jamaica has had a bobsled team in the middle of the winter, and they're underdressed when they first get there, and these guys are like the big bullies of the North and the competition. So I just wanted to share this with you guys, and this is an example of self-talk, right? So being sure of yourself, right?
Now look in the mirror and tell me what you see. I see Junior, you see Junior. Well, you want to know what I see? I see pride. I see power. I see a badass mother who don't take no crap of nobody.
You really see all that?
Yeah, man. It's not about what I see. It's about what you see. Now look in this mirror and tell me again what you see.
Well, I see
Pride.
pride.
Power.
Power. I see
A badass mother who don't take no crap off of nobody. Again.
I see pride.
Can't hear you.
I see power. I see a badass mother who won't take no crap off of nobody.
Once again.
I see pride.
Junior.
I see power. I see a badass mother who won't take no crap off of nobody.
That's very
right. Junior Beverly.
Where are you going?
And then he turns around and he gets into a fight. All right, but that's not the ultimate point. But now imagine if you are that voice, all right? You are that friend to yourself, and you're the one behind yourself in that mirror saying, I see this, I see that. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be sure of yourself. You have to believe that these are the things that you see in yourself, all right? Because the things that you believe about yourself is what actually happens, right? So if you guys know, like as we do, so we are, right? And that concept of the things that we're doing, the things that we're thinking, and the things that we're allowing to happen are what actually make us, right? So then that brings us back to, all right, what are the choices you're making right now, right? What choices are you making to happen? And what kind of space are you creating, right? So if you're stuck in your mind, and you don't get to get a new mind, you don't get to rent out a new mind, it's not selfless. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie where they change bodies and the whole bit, but the guy still has his mind, right? So even within that, right? So you spend most of your life inside your head. Make it a nice place to be. All right, so you got to create that space that you want, right? You got to create the space to succeed, right? And that comes to how we talk to ourselves, right? And so here's some food for thought. All right, to achieve anything you want in life, you must first start by getting out of your own way. All right, you can't outperform yourself in it. All right, that's Junior in the mirror. All right, at first he didn't believe himself. He got himself so psyched up and so ready that he turned around and he got into a fight. You see what I'm saying? All right, well, what if you get yourself so psyched up and you get yourself so ready that you turn around and you fight your demons? You see what I'm saying? All right, those demons could be challenges that you haven't figured out a solution to yet. All right, well, you're not going to figure out a solution if you don't spend time with it, right? And the only time that you have is now, right? And so that brings us to the next one. All right, life is a collection of self-fulfilling prophecies, right? All right, and as soon as you fulfill one prophecy successfully, all right, that's when you level up. All right, and then you level up again, and then the next challenge comes, all right? Well, then what do you look like now, all right? And this isn't a physical aspect, this is a mental aspect. What do you perceive yourself to be, all right? That's the most important thing, because someone might see something in you. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't see it in yourself, it doesn't matter what somebody else sees, because you have to be sure of yourself, all right? Any questions? No? All right. Before y'all go, I wanted to send you with just this self-talk, and it's a self-talk formula, and it's just kind of like a boil down and very simple way to attack some of this self-talk stuff. So instead of trying to pass it out, and y'all say later, y'all can take one of these. I appreciate y'all coming. Appreciate you guys.